So this is the review for the Meikon underwater housing for the Sony A6300, and this is the cameraman setting up the gear, and we're using the ultralight dual handle tray that's sold separately. And then this is also the first dive for the housing, and we're diving in East Java, to be exact in Bawean Island near Gresik. To me, while you're using the housing underwater by scuba diving, I think there's no problem with the camera when we're talking about the setups and then the access to the buttons and the menus. All the menus and the buttons can be accessed under the water. You can also zoom in and out the lens. To me, it's very good though. We can dive with the housing to 40 meters, but in this trip, we only dive around 10 meters and there's no problem at all. And you can see the result from the housing later, but this is the camera inside the housing with the red filter on. You need to be careful though when putting the red filter. Don't put it too hard, because you're gonna have a problem when you're trying to take it off from the housing. And this is the video under the water with the red filter on, and we took off the red filter, so we're not using the red filter. This is the result from the Sony A6300 with the slow motion setting. As you can see, when you're using it above and then under the water, you're going to see these lines. It's the water coming into the fisheye lens. When you're using the fisheye lens from above and then under the water at the same time in the same shot, you're gonna see this line, because of that's the water coming into the fisheye lens. If you're using it for scuba, you're gonna be under the water for the whole dive. But if you're using it while you're snorkeling or free dive, you're gonna keep seeing this water line each time you're going above the water and under the water. You need to be a little bit patient and wait for the water to fill in the fisheye lens. And if you're trying to get the half and half shot above and under the water, you need to be patient as well and wait for the water to come out from the fisheye lens. All of the footage are straight out of the camera without any grading or color correction, and all the footage are in slow motion mode from the Sony A6300. To me, the Sony A6300 already have a good underwater white balance. So if you're filming in a close distance, say 1 to 5 meters, and there's enough light, I think you don't need the red filter. This is an audio test. The camera is inside the housing and it's raining at the time. For the video quality, you can see for yourself. This is straight out of the camera from the Sony A6300 with auto underwater white balance. And sometimes I use the aperture priority with the shutter and the ISO in auto mode, so I kind of test how the camera adjusts the settings by itself. And in this low light condition, the camera kind of push the ISO setting above 1000 or 2000. Other than that, if you're filming under the water with enough light and the water is clear and the corals are beautiful, I don't think you need the red filter if you're using the Sony A6300, because the camera is already a good camera above and under the water. So if you're in Indonesia, you can click the link in the description and you can buy the housing from my online shop. And if you're outside of Indonesia, you can click the link and buy it from the Amazon. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and cheers.